Vintage. This lady created vintage, darling. Hi, I'm Gabby and welcome back to another edition of The Fragrantician, where here on this channel we talk about nothing but fragrances and a little bit of smut. So in this edition we have the Vintage Muse. I'm going to do a little review on the Vintage Muse by Kate Moss. Look at that vintage Art Deco bottle, which you can still get if you look here in the UK. Not sure about the US, but here in the UK you can still readily get it. This one is a 30 ml and this was, or is, still on the market, on the grey market, and it is a wowzer of a fragrance. This Kate Moss, we all know Kate Moss. She is the legendary supermodel that I believe now she's probably in her mid to late 40s, easily. I mean, she must have been born in the mid 70s at some point, but in the 90s and the early 2000s, she was the face. She was the face of YSL. She did many campaigns. Many ad campaigns, and then she brought out, like they all do, a celebrity range of fragrances. Now, she has another fragrance, I think, called Vintage. There might be 3 in her repertoire, but this one we're talking about Vintage Muse. I will say I smell plum, blackcurrant and musk. Those are the 3 main notes, with a bit of rhubarb in there, a bit of tartness in there. So in the top you have plum, blackcurrant, rhubarb and whipped cream. In the heart you have violet, orchid and peony. And in the base you have musk, ambergris and Mexican chocolate. But for me the stars are the plum, the blackcurrant, the rhubarb and a little bit of violet in there as well. Now orchid is a fantasy note that's in there, but I smell predominantly the plum, the rhubarb and the blackcurrant. So it has a fruity vibe with a bit of musk in there as well. I don't really get this chocolatey vibe in there. I don't know what that is all about. So for me, it's all about the fruits. It's, if you like the original Lalique, what was it called? It was in a big purple bottle, not the Exquise bottle, because I decluttered that, but the original one. This has a little bit of remnants of that. Also a little bit of remnants of Bal of Versailles, a little bit of Poison vibes by Christian Dior. It's not nowhere near like that, I will say, but it is beautiful. I will say though that it has moderate longevity, moderate projection. It's not a beast mode. Although it's dark, don't let that put you off thinking it's going to be a nighttime fragrance. You could easily wear this as a daytime fragrance, easily worn as a daytime fragrance. But I think it's a little bit of a hidden gem. Not everybody will like this because it's not that typical fruity, floral, gourmand fragrance that everybody has come to know and love from a lot of celebrity fragrances. This has a bit of a throwback vintagey feel. I think the way it's combined. I do get a little bit of sweetness in there though. Maybe that comes from the whipped cream in there. The musk is clean, but the blackcurrant and the plum are the stars. And a little bit of violet in there as well. But it's not by Insolence by Guerlain. It's nowhere near as violet-y as that. That is pure, sweet violet in that one. This is very much toned down. The plum is the star of it. The plum is not only that flesh of the plum, it's the juice of the plum as well. When you first spray it, it does have a bit of an overwhelming sense to it. It is strong in the first 10-15 minutes, but then after that it then just gently wafts, and it lasts for about 4 to 5 hours on my skin. So it's not a beast mode fragrance, but by no means is it a weak fragrance like some celebrity fragrances are. It's a shame really that Kate Moss and the celebrity stardom she had took a bit of a step back, because in this world of Rihanna's and even Britney Spears still, you know, I don't think Kate Moss really had that kind of platform for her celebrity fragrances like so many other celebrity fragrances had or still have. You know, Ariana Grande, she dominates today. And do you know what? I don't own one Ariana Grande fragrance, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Kate Moss. Kate Moss, she was that grungy girl. I don't know if she still is that grunge girl. She was that girl that was a bit of a rebel. She was the face of Rimmel London, I remember, here in the UK. And I think the brand itself wanted to have a bit of a vintage vibe combined with a modern day vibe. So that plum in there gives it that modern day vibe. But I think the musk is so clean in this. It's not like your Sarah Jessica Parker Lovely musk, which is so strong in musk. This is delicate, this is sweet, lovely. Kate Moss, Vintage Muse, go try it out. So what are your celebrity fragrances that you love? Comment down below. Are there any other Kate Moss fragrances that you've tried? Comment down below. It'll be good to hear your thoughts. But until next time, you've been watching another edition of The Fragrantician. And remember, when somebody slaps you down, you just slap them up.